So we're going to take a moment and look at the font stereotype that we used to type our source documents. And note that we have the specification window opened here for the stereotype. We have the qualified name. This tells us where we can find it. There's an icon here, so we could assign an icon to this, which would then be used both on diagrams as well as in the containment tree, and that's quite useful actually. The meta class is assigned, so this can only be applied to classes. And so that's an important distinction. Often I will use a named element as my meta class, but in this case we want to restrict it to just the classes. So this is intended to be applied to blocks. And then over here in tag definitions, this is where we have defined what fields basically are available. So these are attributes or tags that are available when the stereotype is applied. Note that we have author, which is a string, publication date is a date, and version is also a string. And so we could add other content, other fields here as well. We could change the multiplicity on these. For example, if I come into this, the multiplicity for the author name is 0 star. That means we can have any number of authors. However, if we look at the publication date, we only have a 0-1 multiplicity, so it's either there or it's not. Same thing with version, that's a 0-1 multiplicity. So when you create tags, it's a good idea to take the time to type them with what is the legal type of information that you can have, and then we will go ahead and also make sure we set the multiplicities, so that way we have a nice, clean stereotype defined here for the fonts. If we look at the immutable stereotype over here, this has this icon. So any element that receives the immutable stereotype, this will be displayed as well to make it obvious to you that it's an immutable element that we don't want to be changing. And notice the documentation supports that. This stereotype is applied to model elements that cannot be modified. And so that's critically important to document elements as you go, particularly stereotypes, so you understand what the correct usage is.